What's up, guys? Welcome back to the War House Gym channel. I'm Adam Steele, as you know, and got some of our fancy apparel on. So check out our shop and our LinkedIn and our Instagram, the warhousegymsd.com, and our Shopify store as well, all up in our link tree. So let me know what you think. And yeah, let's jump into this. We're gonna do some more TikTok like reviews and just talk about some of the bullshit floating around the internet.
What happens if you stop taking creatine?
For the first 2 weeks, you won't feel any difference as the creatine will still be saturated in your system.
After 4 to 6 weeks, this is when your workouts are gonna start to feel a little bit harder, especially those last few reps.
ATP isn't going to be as readily available and your creatine stores in your muscles will start to be depleted. And since creatine is responsible for your muscles storing more water, your muscles will actually visibly start shrinking.
But don't worry, this is all water weight. As long as you're doing the same workouts, you will still maintain your muscle mass.
Yeah, okay, cool. And he's holding out this all max creatine, in his video with his pants on, his fancy watch in his room, and he looks about as buff as a swimmer. Hair looks great though, gotta give him points there. So creatine stores, and like what happens if you stop taking creatine, he says your muscles will start to deplete, there's creatine stores, and you will get weaker and your muscles will start to shrink. Okay, so creatine, monophosphate, monohydrate, the single form chain amino acid that is present in food, like red meat, and so that's a thing. It's also present in your body, but it's a replenishable source of amino acid that is responsible for ADP, adenosine diphosphate, essentially what then stores high transfer energy phosphate to create ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate. And if you want to know what that is, we'll dive into it really quick. Adenosine triphosphate, ATP, is what your body's muscular cellular system activating with your neural system and the hydration of the muscle cells to create a neurological firing connection with instant energy. And what that does is it allows your muscle to be provided essentially the lubricant current. So when your neural pathways recruit muscle, they recruit more, and the transmission, almost like turning the volume up or turning like the flow up on a hose, you get more like transfer to that muscle to where you can actually get some more recruitment. So it's very common and like, noticeable in 10 to 30 seconds of burst exercises, whether it's sprinting, powerlifting, things like that you see in like widely used in sports. That's why creatine is really popular. It helps to supplement that. How effective it is, there are plenty of studies, there's percentages and things like that in different medical groups, and it's been around for a super long time. But as far as anybody just telling you this is what's going to happen, buy this product, look at me, it's pretty much all of the fucking internet. But what can you do? It is what it is. Okay, next we got workout advice for beginners from Eddie something.
Workout advice and tips to any beginner that wants to start out in the gym. If you want to lose weight, you don't need to do hours of cardio. Training hard with a good diet is going to get you your results. When first starting out, you don't need to go to the gym 6 days a week. 3 or 4 days is going to be perfect. Good form over weight is how you're going to see your results. If you don't feel sore, it doesn't mean you didn't get a good workout in. Click the plus sign if you want to improve your health and fitness.
Cool. Dude's got super basic information, all positive. Nothing negative to say there. I mean, it's really basic. Looks like he's trying to promote his own little coaching. And so, good for him. Okay, five tips, gym tips for beginners. Literally says 5 tips, gym tips for beginners. From your local Joey something pro, your local U-Haul delivery driver.
Here are 5 tips for beginners in the gym. Number 1, prioritize carbs. There's too many people out there that believe carbs are your enemy and they make you fat. That's far from the truth. Calories are what make you fat. When you're going to the gym, you want to prioritize carbs because that's your energy source. You want to always use carbs over pre-workout because, overtaking pre-workout come bad over time. Carbs like rice, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, red potatoes, all good carbs for energy.
All good carbs for energy, yes, prioritize carbs. Totally depending on what you're trying to do. So as far as beginner gym tips, like a lot of people need to know what carbs are, what types of carbs there are. You can dive in a lot of this. It's good just to try to have a balanced, healthy diet. Yes, carbs, make sure you have protein, healthy fats, and of course vegetables for your nutrients and hydration, things like that. Now, prioritizing, if you are like in a heavy, advanced kind of training program for strength or conditioning, things like that, and you need to have that extra energy and things like that to provide for your muscle stores and like the glycolysis, the glycogen that you need, absolutely. I promote it, especially if you're trying to, make gains and things like that. It's definitely good. But understand why you're doing something and not just listen to a tip and then just go off that, because then you're going to end up, you know, in a ditch somewhere because you're not paying attention.
Number 2, if you want to maximize gym results, get a gram of protein in per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 150 pounds, get around 150 grams of protein in per day.
Again, everybody does the whole gram per pound of body weight. Again, also, if you're gonna supplement protein, things like that, I don't recommend overly doing it. Maybe once or twice a day, maybe like a pre-workout or a morning shake, and then like a post-workout for readily available protein source, especially if you have a busy schedule. Totally normal. Make sure you do your research and look up quality brands, none of this new bullshit that just gets pooped out of a fucking lab, like Twin Labs in Utah, that makes like 50 random brands that just came onto the market over COVID, like all these other ones that you just see on a shelf and nobody has any idea what the shit's in them. So next thing you know, you got people suing somebody and they're off the shelf because they got kidney stones. Oh, bullshit they got out of Mexico. Who knows? Anyway, but as far as that goes, again, your protein supply, if you're trying to gain mass, usually a good rule of thumb is about a pound per pound of body weight per gram of protein in equal amounts. And so you do in excess depending on what, again, your workload and energy expenditure that you're putting out that day. So make sure your diet like kind of pertains to what you're doing. If you have a pretty sedentary job and then you just go heavy like for an hour in the morning or maybe an hour at night and things like that, make sure your calorie and caloric total intake and how it's balanced and all those are complementing to what your energy stores are needed depending on your goals. So again, just super important. It doesn't hurt to get a healthy coach, someone who knows what the fuck they're talking about. I super support that. We got a lot of good ones here. You know, I know a lot of great ones that do online training and things like that. And we'll touch back on that here in a minute.
Number 3, don't be scared to ask people in the gym for advice. Everybody in the gym knows that we all started somewhere, and I promise you nobody's there to judge you. If they are there to judge you, then they don't belong in the gym. So don't be scared to ask for help.
Ask people in the gym for advice. Don't be scared, but don't be stupid either. Like, don't take some fool that's bigger than you, maybe, you know, all juicy and stuff like that as gospel. So just be smart, like ask for advice, but do research. That's gonna be the best way you can. There's tons of information out there. There's a lot of professional coaches and people who have free content on YouTube, things like that, like Mountain Dog, like his channel was freaking, John Meadows was awesome. Like so much information, valuable information, and like super key. I can't, you know, God rest his soul, I can't, you know, praise enough, like, you know, people with that kind of education, experience, and credentials, you know, make sure you're getting like good information. That's super important. And then here we go, gentleman checking himself out, jacked and fit.
I'm not even gonna lie, if the first thing you do in your day is go to the gym after you wake up, make sure you're waking up at least 2 hours prior to your gym session. Otherwise, you'll be missing out on proper hydration and fueling. Also, you'll be tired as fuck.
Okay, his advice was make sure you wake up 2 hours before your gym session if you're gonna work out first thing in the morning, so you have proper hydration and fueling, as well as not being tired as fuck. You know, this is I guess totally arguable. Depends on what you're trying to do and what your workout is. In the military, when I was a ranger, we would get out of bed in like less than 10-15 minutes. We'd be dressed and outside running. So, you know, you also got to get your body. You got to get it to wake up, depending on what your goals are. Obviously, if you're trying to build like a bodybuilder and stuff, I don't know many bodybuilders, like heavy dudes and like people who are professional levels that wake up first thing and go lift super heavy without fueling their body with several meals to have that glycogen stores and those things there. Usually it's like a fasted cardio, like a light hit workout and things like that to get your metabolism kickstarted and that energy for the day. And so do you need to wait 2 hours after getting up? Usually, like, you get out of bed, get your shit together and get yourself to the gym, or if you're just going outside, things like that, you're good within an hour. It totally depends, but like there is no like absolutely rule of thumb. Again, the variables are, you know, astronomical depending on what your goals are and what your lifestyle's like. So, you know, and if anything, the best way to wake yourself up, so being tired as fuck, he says, is physical activity. Trust me.
Hey, Tristleman.
What's up?
I got a question for you. What advice would you give someone who's just starting in the gym?
Oh, that's easy. Let me show you. Check out this dumbbell rack right here. You see, a lot of you guys are trying to go from the 15s to the 105s in a couple of weeks. But you're forgetting the path from the 15s to the 105s is through the 40s. A lot of you guys are looking for shortcuts to get your results. You need to focus on consistency, not shortcuts, if you're just starting in the gym.
100%. I love that. I agree. A cool metaphor. Their gym is nice. You know, it's a good little promo. Absolutely. Nothing beats being consistent. You want to do anything in life, you want to be successful, then you try it and you keep going, you stay on it and you grind. And you want to be consistent. There are no fucking shortcuts. You get to a plateau, you get assistance, you do these things, you try new supplements, whatever. But you don't go from A to Z. That's not a thing in life. You'll trip and fall and break your damn legs. And yeah, just there's no shortcuts. It's just good general advice. You want real results, you build your shit, don't buy it. That's why we say build, not fucking bought. So anyway, that's us keeping it real here at the War House. I appreciate you. Definitely don't forget to like and subscribe and check out some of the rest of our channel. We're always dropping heat and mad information, trying to do the best we can, you know, when we can. And we got some more awesome videos. I'm going to be working with Mel and Impetu's Media. We're going to be doing an updated gym tour with our new coolers, the self-checkout system, some of the badass apparel we've got coming out. A lot of cool designs. We're going to have some heavy drops coming in. The Born to Fucking Send It crops are going to be coming out for the ladies and the guys. Pullovers and the camo is going to be fucking fire. Really down to show you guys some of the designs that I actually have drawn myself, and my team, our media team, our creative people at Merlin Embroidery and Straight Silk Screen is just helping us up. Our Statement Silk Screen are helping us do all these things so quickly, and we're also working with manufacturers for raw textiles for our t-shirts and t-shirts and tanks for the women and men, and they're actually getting fiber blended from scratch of things that I've requested, so they're actually being engineered and built for us to my specifications, so they will have a feel and a fit that no other t-shirt will have, and we're going to see those soon, and I'll show you and tell you more about it coming up on some new YouTube, so make sure you stay tuned. We got a lot of content coming. We're going to start doing some pro training videos with some pro IFBB pro athletes, and we've got a lot of guests coming in, so super excited to see you guys then. All right, and have a wonderful night. Thank you.